The world is a diverse and beautiful place. Have you ever wanted to travel the globe, exploring one exotic land, and waking up the next day somewhere completely different? Experiencing the nature, the people, the culture, the art, ancient and new. Come along with me. From ice to desert, beaches to mountains, in the jungle, in the city, and everywhere in between. Soaking in the splendor Mother Earth and all her inhabitants have to show us. By air, by land, by sea, this is Around the World at the Speed of Mike.
Lebanon is a multi-ethnic, multi-religious country full of history from its Phoenician roots to Greek, Roman, and Arab conquests to Crusades battlefields to Ottoman rule to French colonialism, Syrian and Israeli occupation. All these cultures and civilizations have left their mark on the country in some way. It just has a lot of variety in that sense. Even environmentally, from its beaches to its snow-capped mountains to desert, it's just a lot to see in a small place. Unfortunately, moving at the speed of Mike, I didn't get to see all that, as I explained before. Ideally, I would have stayed a week. Beirut has been called the Paris of the Middle East. I'm sure there are French influences and things in that regard, but on my own accord, I never would have drawn that comparison myself. It just seemed, I don't know, too Mediterranean and unique on its own to really consider that. But then again, I'm really not into fashion and, I don't know, coffee shops and other things. I guess that comparison's more pertinent to. The city still bears scars from the war, like artillery and bullet holes in the buildings. That's left there on purpose, just as a reminder of what happened, so, you know, the next generation doesn't forget. When they were having civil war, everything just got so messed up. There's also non-physical scars to it. The country's transportation infrastructure was just completely kind of in shambles and decentralized for years, which is why, you know, it's just kind of a mess as an outsider trying to figure it all out. That's also the reason they have LA-style traffic there. It's just very congested throughout parts of the day if you want to drive. The government also has kind of an interesting power sharing structure where the president has to be a Maronite Christian, the prime minister has to be a Sunni, and the speaker of the house has to be a Shia. Obviously, that didn't always work out perfectly in the past, but it still does. It's just kind of a check and balance system. You might have noticed Christmas decorations up around the city. It was January 29th when I got there. So it was kind of surprising that a month after Christmas Day had occurred, they were still up. The Christmas tree was in Martyrs Square. That was my favorite visual representation of Lebanon and Beirut itself. Martyrs Square was designed to memorialize resistance to the Ottoman Empire when they occupied Lebanon. But it also became a dividing line during the Civil War. So not only can you see a Sunni Mosque next to a Maronite Catholic Church, you can also see Roman ruins all around it. And I just think this spot is an awesome visual representation of history, conflict, and harmony just all in one eye shot. I only spent 2 nights in Lebanon. One was at the airport, basically. The other was the Grand Mishmash Hotel. That was $27 for a 6-person dorm room. Food-wise, everything was included on that tour, and then breakfast was included at the hostel. So I only spent like $3 on snacks when I was walking around Beirut at night. The tour itself was $100 even, and then a taxi back to the airport cost between $6 and $10. I can't remember what, so we'll just say $8. So altogether, I think 2 nights in Lebanon was $138 US. The Aegean/Olympic Airlines flight from Istanbul to Beirut cost $52 US. So altogether, we're at 15 nights into the trip so far, and it's cost $726. Up next, we're going to head to Doha, Qatar. Hey, if you'd like to see more videos like that, make sure to subscribe to my channel and check out the rest of my videos around the world at the speed of Mike.